Hello children, welcome to AIMS India's online class, biology session, animal tissues. In this video, we are going to discuss about the different types of animal tissues. Earlier we have studied about the plant tissues. So children, do animals also have different tissues? Yes, animals are also multicellular organisms. They also possess tissues. To study about the animal tissues, we can take examples of the tissues present in some animals that we see around us. In the chapter of plant tissues, we observed that different types of functions were carried out by different tissues. So now we will try to see whether this happens in animals also. We know that different organ systems work to carry out different functions in animals also. Can you enlist some organ systems? Definitely. So what are they? Digestive system. What is the function of digestive system? Digestion. Respiratory system. What is its function? Respiration. Circulatory system or transport system. Its main function is transport, isn't it? Reproductive system. Its function is to produce the organisms. Reproduction. Okay. So here some cells and tissues are given here. You just have a look. Blood, different types of cells present in the blood. Bone tissue, epithelial tissue, cartilage tissue, fat tissue, adipose tissue, nervous tissue, muscular tissue, connective tissue. Okay children, the lesson will proceed such that in the lab activities you will see the slides under the microscope. Already prepared slides will be there in the laboratory. Your subject teacher will show you the slides. So here the class will proceed. So you have to assume that you are observing the tissue. Okay, later if you read the textbook you will understand. Shall we proceed children? Yes. So we know that the different organ systems work to carry out different functions. There are different kinds of tissues in the animals to perform different functions like plant tissues. Some tissues cover the body and protect the body. Some tissues help in the movement which is performed by muscles and bones, and other types of tissues make connection between these two tissues. Some tissue carry out information like responses. So we will try to learn more about the tissues by doing some activities. Okay. So let us proceed. The lab activity. The aim of this activity is identification of tissue in collected sample. What are the apparatus required? A microscope, slide, dilute hydrochloric acid, forceps and a brush. Procedure. So collect a sample piece of chicken with bone from your nearby chicken center or market. Put it in the dilute HCl for 2 hours. Okay. So for observing each type of tissue, you need to follow specific procedure. So after completion of every activity, do not forget, you need to draw the diagram and answer the discussion. Okay, discuss the questions. So what we have done, put the chicken in dilute HCl for 2 hours. Take the skin part of chicken. You can take out the skin part of the chicken piece. Place the material with forceps. Don't touch with fingers. With forceps, you can take that layer of skin, or with the help of a brush, you put it on the slide, and then keep another slide over it and press both the slides gently. Now observe under the microscope, and during observation what you have to do, draw the diagram of what you observe under microscope in your notebook. Okay, compare your diagram with the picture given in the textbook. Okay, in the textbook same figure will be there. So here also one figure is given, the same textbook figure. You can observe here. So now try to find out the answers for the question. Are the cells similar? Here in the tissue which you are observing, the skin tissue of the chicken under the microscope. So are the cells are similar here? Obviously they are similar. How are they arranged? They are arranged in row. Next, are these cells tightly packed and formed as a continuous sheath? Yeah, they are tightly packed and formed as continuous sheath. Is there any intercellular spaces? Very less or totally absent. The intercellular space means the space between the two cells. Is there any gap? No. So think why these cells look like a continuous sheath. Think once. Does this tissue converting protect inside and outside of the animal body? Yes. Okay, why it is in the continuous sheath and what is its function? All those things we come across when we proceed to the further lesson. So it is a tissue called epithelial tissue. It is the fundamental tissue in the animals. It is present outside and inside the body organs. It covers covers and protects the organs. Our skin is the best example of this epithelial tissue. Okay. Next procedure, another procedure is there. That is take a sterilized needle. So in the beginning only all these requirements you have to keep with you. Take a sterilized needle. Collect 1 drop of blood from the fingertip by pricking with a syringe needle. So under the guidance of your teacher you have to perform this experiment. Okay, don't do these experiments at home. So collect 1 drop of blood from the fingertip, especially the third finger or the ring finger you have to select so that it will be convenient. Okay, collect 1 drop of blood from the fingertip by pricking with a syringe needle, and now take a slide. Keep the finger on the slide to collect 1 drop of blood. Gently press it and collect 1 drop of blood on a fresh sterilized slide, and put another slide on it. Put another slide on it gently and press both the slides. Okay. Next, both sides you have to press without forming any air bubbles. Then observe this under microscope. Okay, at the time of observation, what you have to do? Draw the diagram of what you observe under microscope in your notes and compare your diagram with the diagram given in the textbook. See here, this is the diagram. You will see different kinds of cells. Of course, you won't see the colored cells because we have not stained it. We are observing the temporary slide. The slides which we are preparing is temporary. It is not a permanent slide. So after observing this slide, ask your teacher, or your teacher will show you the permanent slides which are there already there in the school laboratory. So you can also compare that slide also. Okay, you will find different types of cells like this. These are WBC cells, neutrophils, eosinophils, basophils, lymphocytes and monocytes. These are all actually we can't see these cells directly without staining. Okay, you will observe these erythrocytes, red blood cells. The maximum portion of your blood is occupied by these RBC, red blood cells, and platelets. So total blood is composed of these are the different types of cells present in our blood. Okay, what are they? Leukocytes means WBC, erythrocytes means RBC, thrombocytes means blood platelets. These are the different types of cells which you may not see clearly, but once it is stained, permanent slide is prepared, then you can see the different types of cells easily. Okay, next, now try to find out the answers. What you observed? You observed different types of cells. Are all the cells in your blood sample are same? Or all the cells are same? No. Is there any fluid like substance? Yes, there is some jelly like fluid like substance is present in the blood. Next, while making a blood slide, sometimes air bubbles also formed. It may confuse you, so do not be hurried to observe. Okay, do you agree that blood is a tissue? Yes. Okay, you need to agree. So blood is a fluid tissue. Previously the tissue which we observed is the skin of the chicken, so it is a solid, but here fluid. So the blood contains a fluid which is called the plasma. Okay, and the cells are embedded in that. So those cells, different types of cells are present in the blood. It is a tissue. Okay, what is a tissue? A tissue is a group of cells which are similar in origin and perform similar function. Shall we proceed, children? Yes. Next, the third procedure, another experiment. All these experiments you need to conduct only in the presence of your teacher, under the guidelines of your teacher. Now already you have taken the chicken piece. Now take a piece of muzzle of chicken which is collected for the activity 1, the same. Again put it in a dilute hydrochloric acid. If hydrochloric acid is not available, you can also use vinegar and leave it for overnight. Okay, just for 2 hours means it is the tissue may not be convenient to observe, so keep it overnight. The next day morning collect the piece of muscle. Next day morning collect the piece of muscle with the help of forceps, put it on a slide and put another slide on it. Gently press on both sides. On both sides gently press. Don't over press it. Okay, gently you apply little force. Then observe under microscope. And at the time of observation, what you have to do? Draw the diagram as it is, or what you observe under microscope in your notebook. You draw it and compare your diagram with the diagram given here. So the same diagram is there in your textbook also. It is a muscle tissue. It is a muscle tissue. Now answer the questions. How the cells are arranged? The cells are arranged in a zigzag manner. Okay, in rows they are arranged. How do you find the difference between the skin cells and the muscle cells? In the skin cells, the cells are arranged in a row. Okay, in a single row continuously. But here the cells are somewhat large in size, and they are placed one over the other, isn't it? If you want to observe the bone tissue in the chicken bone, once again the same procedure you have to follow. Settle it in the vinegar or dilute hydrochloric acid overnight, and it is better to do this one day before. Okay, one day before your discussion in the class, you have to place it in the vinegar or dilute acid. Then only the bone becomes soft. Why we are keeping these tissues in the HCl or vinegar? To make it soft. Okay, then take a piece of bone using a knife, because this muscle tissue and skin you can easily peel it out with a forceps, but bone you need a knife. Do not find any relation among these tissues. Okay, did you find any relationship between these tissues, among these tissues? Definitely you will find the differences also, isn't it? That's why at the time of observation you have to observe keenly, and you have to draw the diagram so that you can compare with the other tissues which you have already observed. Okay, is this tissue useful for the movement in our body? Bone tissue, definitely. Okay, so now you come to one conclusion. So there are 4 types of tissues in the animals. What are they? The tissue which is covering or protecting tissue, which is inside or outside the animal body. What is the tissue? Epithelial tissue. And the second one, a loosely spaced and embedded in intracellular matrix, which makes the connection between the organs, that is called as a connective tissue. And the next one, the tissue which is responsible for the movements in our body. What is the tissue? It is the muscular tissue, which we have studied now. The muscular tissue and bone tissue. And another specialized tissue which that responds to the internal and external stimuli, that is called nervous tissue. Okay, how many types of tissues are present in the animals, children? There are 4 types of tissues in the animals. The tissue which is covering and protecting, that tissue is called epithelial tissue. And a loosely spaced and embedded intracellular matrix which makes the connection between the organs, that is called as connective tissue. Next, the tissue which is responsible for the movements, it is called muscular tissue. Muscular tissue works on which type of movement? Contraction and relaxation. A specialized tissue which is required for response to internal and external stimuli, that tissue is called nervous tissue. And these 4 tissues in the animals, they are present in different parts and perform different functions. Okay, now come to epithelial tissue. One by one we will discuss in detail. So actually the epithelial tissues are present in the skin lining of mouth, lining of blood vessels, lung alveoli, means internally the lungs, and the kidney tubules. So actually epi means outer, epithelium means tissue. Epithelium, the outer tissue. The covering or protecting tissue inside or outside of animal body is epithelial tissue. These epithelial tissues are present in skin, the lining of mouth, the lining of blood vessel, lung, alveoli, and kidney tubules. Okay. So once again, to study about this epithelial tissue, small activity. So in this activity, collect the substance lining of the mouth by using a wooden spoon and observe this under microscope. With the help of wooden spoon, you take a small layer of the skin or the covering which is inside the mouth, and you observe it under the microscope. While observing, you please draw the diagram that you observed under the microscope in your notebook. So how are the cells arranged? Are there any intercellular spaces? No intercellular spaces. So epithelial tissue extremely thin. It is extremely thin and flat. Form a delicate lining. A delicate lining. This is called as a squamous epithelium. Okay, the epithelial tissue which is extremely thin and the cells are arranged flat. They form a delicate layer or lining. This is called which type of epithelium? Squamous epithelium. So let us see squamous epithelium. Where do you find this squamous epithelium? We find this type of epithelium in esophagus. Esophagus means food pipe, and the lining of mouth, lining of blood vessel, lung alveoli, and lung alveoli means where the transportation of substances selectively occur through the permeable membranes. They are made up of the squamous epithelium only. The epithelial cells in the skin are arranged in the form of layers. It is also the epithelium. Okay. And if it is previously which is arranged in a single layer, it is called the simple epithelium, whereas here in the skin the cells are arranged in the form of layers. Epithelial cells are arranged in the form of layers. This is called stratified squamous epithelium. Means squamous epithelium means in the layer, in the form of layers, but in many layers, then it is called stratified squamous epithelium. Okay, this is the simple squamous epithelium where the nucleus is present and the epithelial cells contain a basement membrane. Okay, and there are no intercellular spaces. Okay, thin layers, a layer of cell, single layer, squamous, simple squamous epithelium. Flat cells are present like this, whereas in the skin the layer of cells are arranged like this, stratified squamous epithelium. How many layers are there? 1, 2, 3, 4 layers. Okay, epithelial tissue contain basement membrane, and see, this is the epithelial tissue. If the epithelial tissue in many layers, it is called stratified squamous epithelium. Okay, children, I hope you understood. So please read the textbook. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon to receive latest updates.